So, the lawman and the bandito, our heroes Dan and Ben, have escaped the mine. They saved the townsfolk by letting the ritual complete. They've gone back to 1 grit. They've healed their wounds. They've healed their sanity. They each have a max grit of 4 right now. I did screw up the grit a couple times in that last adventure, but their max grit is 4. Next step is to roll for corruption, and the lawman he has got 4 darkstone, so 1 corruption hit. Let's see, can he save it? He does not, so he takes a corruption. So 1 corruption for our lawman. And then at the end of every adventure, I'm going to use a red die, that frozen isopod that it gives the bandito +1 max grit, +1 lore, has a chance of defrosting. If it defrosts, then he makes a strength test, and if he fails, it hurts him. So let's see, does he defrost? He defrosts. So strength is 4. So he does pass the strength test, but he loses his isopod. So after just saying all that, his max grit is actually back down to 3, and his lore is also back to 3. So, well, it was good for one adventure. So now the next step is to actually find out what kind of town they're going to. So we're going to make it a D3. They're going to a small town again. So now let's see what kind of town they're going to go to. Oh, they got to roll for travel hazards. So white is the lawman, red is the bandito. They do not get any travel hazards. That's pretty nice. And then what kind of town do they end up in? A 10. A river town. I have never been to a river town, so this should be fun. Let me construct it. Okay, so river towns. They always have a market. They have a riverboat, so they get an extra gambling hall, which represents the riverboat. And then all prices in town are plus $10, and whenever a hero gains gold from gambling, selling an item, or selling a darkstone, they also get an extra 10. And then when you finish in town, you can take a boat trip, but also each hero may start the next adventure with an extra grit. So, but first thing is to find out what are the extra other locations. A smuggler's den, a general store, and a blacksmith. Well, they don't have enough money for a lot of this, but the first thing that always happens in town is a daily event. Mob riot. Each hero may attempt to help quell the riot by making a strength 4 test. If failed, they're knocked over and take d6 wounds, ignoring defense, and they can't do anything else. If passed, they gain 20 experience and may protect 1 building. Then you roll a d6 for each building that was not protected, and on a roll of 1 or 2, that building is destroyed in the riot. So I think we probably... Let me see if there are ones we need to actually protect. Alright, well, I hate to say it, but there's just not a lot we're going to do here other than maybe sell some darkstone. So, I think, alright, who's got a good strength? Yeah, they both have a strength of 4. Alright, so the bandito's going to try and protect the general store. No, the street market. And he does. And I think, just for some fun, the lawman's going to protect the gambling hall. I guess we should have done this in a different order, and he does. So these guys are protected. Now the smuggler's den is destroyed. The general store is fine, and the blacksmith is fine. Alright, so they'll each pay their $10. And then let me just mark that they've paid. They do $10 each they owe. I think the Bandito is going to go to the gambling hall. And the lawman's got to go to the street market because he wants to sell Darkstone. Alright, so the street market location event is a 3. Swamp Slug Stampede. A pack of angry swamp slugs have broken loose from their pens, rampaging through the market streets. Every hero in the street market must pass a lore 5 or a strength 6 test or get trampled, rolling once on the injury chart. The street market is destroyed for the rest of this town stay. Okay, lore 5 or strength 6. He's going to have to go with strength because that's he's got a 4. And he passes. Okay, so at least he doesn't get trampled, but he can't sell his Darkstone. Now the event at the gambling hall is a 3 as well, so I'm guessing that that's going to be bad. I say you're cheating me. The angry bandito sitting across from you throws back his chair and draws his pistol. Make a luck 4 test to see if his first drunken shot hits the post behind you, giving time to escape, ending your location visit. Or try to get the jump on him by drawing your own weapon. Roll a d6. If the roll is less than your initiative, you drop him and collect your winnings of d6 times 50. If you fail at either option, roll once on the injury chart as he has shot you before running off. So the Bandito's initiative is 3. That's not going to be a good option. So his luck is 2. You know, I think we should just go ahead and try and shoot him. Oh, we missed, but we're going to use a grit and try again. And we still fail. So he's used his grit, and he has to roll on the injury chart. Alright, so the Bandito has to roll on the injury chart. He gets a 7. Concussion. Your ears are ringing a little and you have a headache that won't quit. You are -1 initiative and roll 1 less dice on skill tests. At the start of the next adventure, this injury is automatically removed. Alright, so the start of our next adventure is coming up, but this has been a pretty miserable town visit. Now we got to roll and see if we have a frontier event. We do not. I'm going to be honest, I think there's nothing left for them to do. They can't heal anything, they can't buy anything, so they are just going to move out, I believe. They're back at the hotel. So the Bandito and the Lawman want to get out of this town as fast as possible because nothing good has been happening. But they know that there is more work to be done. After seeing what these werewolves have done to the towns around here, as well as witnessing the ritual to save someone, they've decided that they have to put an end to this scourge once and for all. So they've done a lot of scouting, they've done a lot of hunting, they've heard a lot of rumors, and at last they have tracked the werewolf packmaster to its lair. They form up a hunting party, and they set out into the dark caves for a final showdown with the villain. Within moments, however, they feel a dark dread sink in, and a nagging suspicion that it may be them that are being hunted. So the Bandito and the Lawman are heading into the caves. Now, they have a hunting party with them, 3 townsfolk, and every time a clue icon is found, one of these townsfolk are dragged off and killed. Once they're all gone, they start taking damage. They get dragged into the shadows and mauled. And the goal here is got to get all the way to number 9 to find the lair of the werewolf packmaster. And then once that's happened, then there's the big fight to try and rid the area of the werewolf scourge. So, only other things that need to be done before we get started is, of course, have to pick a tribal pack. And so we are facing the Henshaw Gang. Once simply known as an infamous posse of cutthroats and bandits, the Henshaw Gang were cursed by a dying medicine man after being paid to wipe out an Indian village on the orders of a ruthless rail baron. Already unhinged, the gang now uses their lichen forms to chase down and rob stagecoaches and speeding trains, leaving a bloody trail in their wake. Vicious thieves. They're outlaws, and they only have a base melee to hit of 4+, but each unsaved hit also adds a bleeding marker to the hero on a roll of 1, 2, or 3, and there's a bounty, so $50 for each one we kill. Alright, so we've got the Henshaw Gang. Hopefully I'll remember that. We are in a werewolf adventure, and of course the first thing to do is to hold back the darkness. Double threes. I should have pulled out I think that's an ambush attack. Oh, no. Double threes. Creeping darkness. The darkness is always searching for a way out. Move the darkness 2 steps forward on the depth track. 1, 2. Which gets us a darkness card. Let me shuffle these. And I have stuck 2 supplements worth of extra darkness cards in here. Alright, let's see what terrible things await. Rage. Race against time. Whenever the darkness marker moves onto a blood splatter or growing dread space, every hero takes D6 horror hits, remains in play. Oh, I hope I get something that lets me get rid of that. So the Bandito is down. He only is allowed 3 grit these days. The Lawman is still at 4, but they did get their 1 extra grit for leaving the river town. So, Lawman gets to move. He moves 4. He does have he gets to move the extra space because of his Traveler, Rune of the Traveler. I'll try to remember that this time. Still not quite enough. He's gonna go ahead and scavenge. And he actually gets 1. Let me shuffle these. Emerging darkness. Draw a darkness card. Sometimes when you look too deeply into the shadows start looking back. For 10 experience, that was not something I would have wanted. So draw another darkness card. Encroaching shadows. The heroes now need to roll 1 higher to successfully pass hold back the darkness rolls. But the heroes are now +2 move. Maybe they're scared, I guess, but this is not going well. Alright, Bandito 6, which actually becomes an 8, which means he can come here. He will look through, getting his 5 experience. Neither of them had enough experience to go up a level. We will draw a map, and we have no exploration token and a short passage. Move posse marker 1. Hiding from me. There it is. Alright, so a short passage. Alright, now let's see if we can hold back the darkness. We cannot. There's a shocker and a half. Alright, Lawman moves 4. So he comes here. He's going to actually look through to the next room. And it is a mining room. So let me find the mining room and I will be back. Alright, so exploration token goes down. And I'm not going to backtrack through the cave, so just for sake of filming I'm going to stick them over there in order. I can always pull them back out if I need them. So the Bandito gets to move. He'll move 5. He's going to stop right here hanging out with his new buddy, the Lawman. That's going to end the turn. One door and an encounter. So first let's figure out the door. 3, so that'll be straight ahead. The dog and the cat are chasing each other over there. And is it going to be a werewolf encounter, or is it going to be a regular? It's going to be a regular encounter. Ancient riddle. The way forward is blocked by an unseen force and a riddle in stone. As you approach, you are knocked off your feet by an invisible blast of energy. Cunning 6+. If successful, 30 experience points. If failed, take d6 hits as you are assailed by the vicious invisible force. A different hero may now try the test. Remains in play until we can actually get it done. So who has the best cunning? That would be the Lawman. He has a cunning of 4. So let's do a cunning 6 test. There is no clue, which is good. And he passes, and he gets 30 experience. And life goes on. I don't think we get anything else. That's all. So now it's time to hold back the darkness. Posse needed to move one more forward. 8. We actually do. Awesome. Awesome. Alright. Lawman moves. 4 plus his 1 plus the 2. So 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You know what? He's going to scavenge and wait on the Bandito. He doesn't get anything. Bandito gets to move. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. Time to hold back the darkness. And they do. Well, Lawman will roll to move. No grit. He's going to look through this time. And he draws the vault. Now the Bandito gets to move. 3. He's going to stop here just in case. End of turn. Encounter times 2 and 1 door. So where is the door? 4. Straight ahead again. So there is a vault advanced encounter. So is that the advanced encounter, or is it a werewolf? It is a werewolf. Second encounter is a regular encounter. Well, let's do the advanced. I know. Do the advanced one because it matches, and then a werewolf. So, ransackle the vault. And let me shuffle. These werewolf encounters were nasty last turn, or last game. Broken chains. Something was chained up here, but those chains are shattered and broken now. Whatever they were trying to keep here was so strong, too strong or too angry to restrain. A spirit 4. If you fail it, you have to draw a growing dread card. Oh no. And then a ransackled vault. The room is filled with splintered crates and fragments of broken barricades. It's clear there was a bitter struggle here, and whatever was guarding this storage vault didn't go down without a fight. If successful, draw a loot card. If failed, oh wait, for each 5 rolled, then you roll a d6, and on a roll over 1 or 2, you get attacked. Alright, so I'm going to do the Spirit 4 test first, and that's, everybody does that. Alright, so the Bandito, Spirit 4. Oh no, he's going to use his grit. I'm probably going to regret doing that. And he gets 1. So now, it seems weird that it would be everybody for both of these, but alright, a Spirit test, oh, for the Lawman. Nope, he's going to use a grit. And he passes. Alright, now the Ransackled Vault. Each person rolls for their cunning a cunning 5. The Bandito is a cunning 2. He fails, doesn't matter. The Lawman is a cunning 4. So he gets to draw 1 loot card. And he gets 50 in gold. And some experience. And then we roll on a d6. 1 or 2, we get attacked. No, we do not. Thank goodness. Alright. Okay. That's what I get for... Alright, so that encounter is done. Now it's time to hold back the darkness. An 8 we do. This is the best I think I've ever done. I should knock on wood. Lawman. He gets to go 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. And you know what? He's going to scavenge and wait on the Bandito. So he actually gets a scavenge. Let's see. Hopefully it won't do more darkness on us. Something shiny. Roll a d6. 6. Draw an artifact card. Awesome. Finally, something good. Mine artifact. Draw a Targa Plateau artifact. Let me go get the Targa Plateau, and well, actually I will do that after I move the Bandito. He moves 6, so he is up here by the Lawman. He will draw the next room, and it is a corner. And it is a corner going off that way. So, and I'll get this Targa. Get the Targa artifact here shortly. Maybe we can get another isopod. And we get to move again. So let me just double check. So we had 1 to 2 to 3 to 4. 1 to 2 to 3 to 4. Oh, I forgot last time, right? Okay, Targa artifacts. Deflection field. Use 1 Darkstone to activate the deflection field until the end of a fight, gaining armor 4+. Okay, well, sounds good. With all that being done, oops, forgot to give the Bandito his 5. We haven't got any wounds or anything yet, huh? Again, keep your mouth shut. Alright, hold back the darkness. 6 we do not. There's a darkness card. There's something. Whenever the darkness marker moves onto a blood splatter on the depth track, each hero takes D6 horror hits. So I'll have to remember to do that. Flood of Bats. I seem to get this one all the time. They each take 2 horror hits, but they gain 10 experience. So they each gain 10 experience. And red is the Bandito, white is the Lawman. So the Bandito takes... What is that? No. That is not for you, cat. So the Bandito takes 2 horror hits, and the Lawman takes 1. So 1 sanity for the Lawman, 2 sanity for the Bandito. And then they each have to take D6 horror hits. So red is the Bandito, white is the Lawman. Bandito takes 5 and the Lawman takes 2. So roll the Lawman. He just takes his 2. So he's up to 3. Bandito, on the other hand, takes 5. And he has no grit. Oh man. Okay. That puts him up at 7 already. And then strength 4. The Lawman has a strength of 4. The Bandito has no Darkstone, so no sense in rolling his. Alright, so he doesn't lose a Darkstone. Okay, so that was exciting. Alright, the Lawman gets to move. 2, actually is 5. 1, 2, he's going to switch sides and put him over here. And he is going to go ahead and look and see the next room. And it is a rail tunnel. Here we go. Alright, so it's this one. Exploration token. Now the Bandito gets to move. He's going to stop right there next to him. We're done with that darkness card. The world is spinning. Back to where we can see the depth track and our yet to die individuals. Get to move the hero marker 1 more. End of turn. It's an attack, and there are 2 doors. That's fine. A townsperson is sent screaming into the night to die, dragged off by the werewolves. So now it's an attack. 1, 2, 3, it's werewolves. 4, 5, 6, it's regular. So a regular threat card. Let's see what we get. 6 void spiders. With all the stuff, I swear I've put all kinds of stuff in that deck. 6 void spiders. Alright, let me get the void spiders out of my book. Void swarms, void sorcerers, void spiders. So void spiders are initiative 6, 3 health, no defense. Melee of 4+, they get 2 combat, 2 damage, and there are 6 of them. They get to go first, and I'll be frank, I mean, there's no point in actually putting them down because they go first. They have enough move. Only one of them can get to each of these guys, so we're just gonna let them that's where they're gonna end up. All right, so that would be 2 attacks on the Bandito. Those will be red. 2 attacks on the Lawman. That would be white. Move this back a little bit so I can see the dice. And that will be 2 hits each, so they each get to defend. So the Bandito takes 1 damage. Oh, and they opened up a new door since they took that sanity. And so they can each heal. Now it is the Lawman's turn. These are beasts. Void spiders are beasts, so he's actually going to use that Beast Hunter's rifle because he gets +3 damage, so he will automatically kill on any time he hits. That's 2 hits, so that means he can actually kill 2 of them. There's no point in even rolling. That gets him a whopping 20 more experience points. The Bandito will use his... I'm just making sure there's nothing else extra for killing stuff he has. I don't think he does any... No. Alright, Bandito attacks. He gets to reroll 1 for his glasses, so he gets 3 hits. One of them is a critical. So he's going to put the critical on this one here. 3, that's enough to kill him. I guess it doesn't matter because they have no defense. Next hit on this one, 4 is enough to kill him. Last one on that one, and he does 1 damage. What I didn't do was roll to move for the Lawman, and roll to move for the Bandito. Nope. Oh, Bandito does get a grit. I forgot because he gets grit on 2. And that was an attack, so they should have held back the darkness as well. Was not an ambush attack. Alright, so holding back the darkness. 7 they do not, because of that card. So now spiders get to go, oh, then they get to hold back the darkness for this turn. Double 4s, I think that's falling rubble. Falling rubble, so they each take D6 hits. So, red is the Bandito, white is the Marshal, so 3 and 1. So the Marshal takes 1 hit, which he saves. Bandito takes 3, so he takes 1 wound. Up to 2 out of his 21. Now, attacks. Red on the Bandito, white on the Marshal. 2 on the Marshal, 1 on the Bandito. Marshal, he takes a damage. A wound. Now the Marshal will attack. He hits with 1, but he gets his reroll. So hits with 2, and it doesn't matter because he'll automatically do 3, which is enough to kill these other 2. Giving him 20 more experience. And I did not give the Bandito his 20 experience last turn. Now they can catch their breath. Red is the Bandito, white is the Lawman. Lawman does 3, which takes him back down to full health and sanity. Bandito gets 2, and he's going to have to take it with a sanity. So he's at 4 sanity. And that ends that. They need their loot card. Alright, the lawman, he gets 50 in cash and 20 experience. And the bandito gets D times 6 times 50, so he gets, wow, 250 and 20 experience. Okay, apologies, I got called away for a phone call. So the 6 void spiders are dead. We got our loot. And now it is time to hold back the darkness. An 8, we actually do. Alright, so lawman gets to move. 3, which gives him a total of 6. Let me see. I think which way do I want to go? I mean, it's the same distance. Close enough, but okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he is actually going to scavenge and wait on the bandito just in case the bandito rolls poorly. And he does scavenge. Let's see what damage I do to myself this time. A small find, 50 gold. Good. The lawman didn't get much gold on the last adventure. So good that he's getting some this time. Alright, the bandito gets to move. Oh well, that's 6, so that's enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He will look through the door to see what's on the other side in the map deck. A T passage with no exploration token. I can live with that. Let's move the posse marker up again. He can heal because we found another room. Lawman doesn't have anything to heal, but the bandito does. And now we need to find a T-junction. And the no exploration token is a good thing. And that means it is now time to hold back the darkness. The next room, things start to happen. An 8. Oh, no, it's a 9 though now. So, darkness card. Power of the Void. All void enemies are now +1 combat. Well, that was dumb. Sorry. 8. Move it. It's a growing dread card. Alright. Lawman can move. 5. He's just going to move here. He's going to wait for the bandito. He'll scavenge again, what the heck. He doesn't get anything. Bandito moves. 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4. He will look through the door, and we're going to actually, because we know we're getting to the end here, that gets us to number 9. He gets to heal 1. Then let me when the hero posse marker reaches the space mark number 9 on the depth track, the heroes have found the door leading to the objective room. If the map tile is a passage, one random exit from the passage leads to the objective room. Alright, so I need to draw. If the room is a map tile, resolve the exploration token, but ignore any door or gates as there's only one. Once any encounters and attacks have been resolved, attach the Werewolf Den map to the tile, and then we get to a fight. So we draw. It is the Broken Lift, which has its own exploration token that perhaps we will use if it is not a werewolf encounter. Exploration token, and I guess it's the end of the turn. It's an attack, but we ignore that gate. But there is no exploration. So do I do the Broken Lift? There's no exploration, so yeah, I think we go ahead and do the Broken Lift encounter, and then we do the attack. We'll have to see what is attacking us. Alright, an old mining lift lies at the far end of the room. You might be able to get it working. Try to repair it with a cunning 6, or ignore the lift and move on with a luck. So a cunning, we're going to do the cunning, we're going to try and fix it. A cunning 6. And we get it. Gain 25 experience points for each d6 rolled. So the lawman gets that. If at least one hero passed the test, you get the lift working and bring up finding of valuable goods inside. Each hero may draw a loot card. Well, let's see if no hero passed. Well, we know one hit passed the test, but let's look at Cunning 2. Does he get... Nope, no experience for the Bandito. But each gets a loot card. Alright, the lawman gets 250 in gold and 20 experience. Wow, that's a lot. Okay. And the Bandito gets 25 and 30 experience. Alright. And now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for the door. So it's this one. Down the werewolf den. Well, sorry about that. I went and was already putting together the rest of the map and forgot about the attack. So let's draw a threat, and it is a hell vermin. Now, hell vermin have a higher initiative and quite a bit of move. Let me pull out its card. Hold on. Alright. Initiative 6, combat 3, damage 4, defensive 2. So it doesn't matter where they start, they're going to be next. So first thing, of course, is to hold back the darkness, and that is a good sign. Now the hell vermin on a 1, 2, 3, it's the Bandito. 4, 5, 6, it's the lawman. Oh, it's the Bandito. Now it has 3 attacks. It does have fear plus 2, and it does regenerate. Oh, and it's immune to critical hits. Crap. But, oh, 1 hit. It doesn't have a corruption bite. Let's see if we can save, and he saves. Alright, now the lawman rolled a move. Okay, he's not going anywhere. He's going to attack with his beast. It is a beast. So he'll use a grit. So he's got 2 hits. He's plus 3 on these. So those 6 each. Defensive 2. So let me see. So it's actually 4 each. So that's 8 wounds. So we got 8 wounds on him. And now, time for the Bandito. 4 attacks. Oh. Let's see, roll to move. Okay. He'll have to grit as well. So three hits. He doesn't get any fancy extra damage. So this one does nothing. So he does another 6 wounds. So that takes him to 10. Oh, that's enough to kill him. Alright, so 1 round of combat. And he's done. We'll catch our breath. 2 each. And, oh, last but not least, we'll draw a couple loot cards. Lawman, he gets a Darkstone. And the Bandito gets a Darkstone. So, they each get a Darkstone. Now I can put it all together, and I'll be back in a moment as we go on. We have found the Beast's lair. So, what they have to do is get to this next room, and then they meet the Packmaster. So, hold back the darkness. They do not. Lawman moves. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's going to stay there. The Bandito. Uh-oh. 2. He gets a grit. But he only gets to move 4. So let's see. He can do 1, 2, 3, 4. Uh-oh. This could be a problem. Alright, so because we have ended a turn on that map tile, we resolve the Growing Dread cards, and then we face the Packmaster, and I only have 1 epic threat with Packmaster on it, so that will be the one, or there might be 2, so we'll draw from those. So first is resolve the Growing Dread. The darkness ahead creeps its way into your mind and soul. The darkness moves 1 step forward. If this moves onto a blood splatter or a Growing Dread space, every hero takes a corruption hit. Well, it does go onto a blood splatter, so they each take a corruption hit. And the darkness card, because it's a blood splatter, is all void enemies are now +1 combat. They have to take D6 horror hits because of this, whenever the blood splatter, whenever it goes onto a blood splatter, so we'll corruption hits. Alright, so they each take a corruption hit. Red is the Bandito, white is the Lawman. Bandito takes a corruption, the Lawman saves his. Now, D6 horror hits. Bandito takes 6, the Lawman takes 4. Ooh, that's bad. Alright, so the Lawman, he saves 2. So he takes 2 sanity damage before we even get started. Alright, and then the Bandito takes 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he takes 4 sanity damage. And I'm going to save the grit for later. He can take a whiskey if he needs it. Okay. So, we have the Feralkin Packmaster and 1 threat card. So 1 threat card is a Darkstone Brute. Okay. Okay, I apologize. I was getting called away so much, I just put it away, and it's now Thursday. So we are back. We are about to have that final battle. A Darkstone Brute and a Packmaster. So the first thing to do is to draw the Werewolf trait, which is Battle Lust. At the end of each turn, he heals. Heals wounds equal to the number of blood spatter spaces. So far 1, 2, we're on a third, so that the darkness has passed, so it's 2. Next time he'll go up to 3. But hero critical hits do +2 damage against Werewolf Feral Kin. I'm going to assume that that would be him as well. Now he also gets 1 elite ability because of the ending conditions. So his elite ability is number 1. Number 1 is Howl, so he has terror as well as fear. And then he's also tough. So interesting, he doesn't get critical hit. He's immune to critical hits, but critical hits do +2 damage. So but he doesn't have defense, so critical hits don't really matter. So it's going to be interesting. I'll have to think about that as we go along. The Darkstone Brute, on the other hand, rolls of 6, ignore defense. He's fused with Darkstone, so once you hit him, Darkstone may pop out into your hand and you can shove it in your pocket in the middle of a battle, I guess. He does have this crazed ability where if he's attacking adjacent heroes, he attacks them, all the heroes around him, twice instead of one person for a third time. And last but not least, he is also immune to critical hits. I just thought of something. Whenever a threat card would be drawn, you roll to see if it's a Werewolf Feral Kin or if it is the actual threat card. And I did not do that. This one you drew one and it says to draw a threat card. So actually, or did I do that? I'm going to have to double check. Okay, I'm back. I checked and I did not roll to see if that card should have been a Feral Kin instead. So on a 1, 2, or 3, nope, it stays the Darkstone Brute. Okay, so now we're legal. Alright, so of course the first thing to do is to hold back the darkness. At a 7, which means we do not. Now the let's see, he goes first, then him. So on a 1, 2, or 3, the Packmaster attacks the Lawman. 4, 5, or 6, it's the Bandito. Oh, it's the Bandito. Now he can actually move 8, so 6. And now he attacks the Bandito with 2 attacks. Both of them hit. Bandito can defend. Ooh, he fails in both. He's burning one of his grit, since he gets grit pretty quickly to redo that. Alright, so he saves 1, so he gets 6 damage. There was a quick pounding. And now it is the Lawman's turn. He's going to use his anti-beast attacking gun, and he has this silver bullet that he can use. And that hit also doubles the damage roll if against a beast and triples against a werewolf. Ooh, alright, so first off, okay, he's got 1 hit, but laying down the law. He's got 2 hits. The beast has no... Oh, wait a minute. Does the Packmaster have a defense already? That's... I don't remember that. Yes, he does have a defense. So he's got a defense of 2. Alright, so I think I'm gonna hold that silver bullet out. So he gets 1 damage with the 8-sided and 1 regular one. Ooh, so he's got a 3, +3 because of his gun, but it's really only +1 because of the 2 defense. So that's 7 and 8 is 15 damage right off the bat. I wish I had tripled that. Alright, so what did I say? 6, 7, and an 8 is 15 damage right off the bat. So he's going to take, he gets that base XP of 5, plus he gets 5 times 15, which is 75, and then in the extra 5 gives him the 10. So 85 experience for that adventure there. Alright, now the Bandito is going to go. He's going to roll his dice. He hits on 5s. 2 critical hits. And he gets to reroll 1, and then he gets a regular hit. I keep thinking they're immune to critical hits, but maybe he's not. Oh, he is immune. He's tough. He's immune to critical hits. That is correct. So I should have used that other, triple the damage and been done with it, but oh well. So it doesn't matter. He's immune to critical hits, so everything is 2. So this one is worthless. I'm not going to waste a grit to reroll that 1 die. So those are worth 4 each, so another 8. Another 8 damage, taking him to 24. And I will do the moves and the horrors in just a second. So that's 24. So that was 8 for him, so that's 40 experience. Give him 50, take away 10. Now, what? Move for the Lawman, no grit. Move for the Bandito, no grit. It is 3 horror hits each, so we'll just do red is the Bandito, white is the Lawman. Lawman takes 1, Bandito takes 3. 1, 2, 3, and 1. Okay, all of that now done. We will let the Darkstone Brute go. He can move 5. He attacks the Lawman. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He does make it. He can attack him 3 times. Alright, so 1 hit and 1 critical. He can defend the regular. He does not, so he takes 8 damage. Okay. Alright, he may be using a bandage here really quickly. Alright, that is the end of the first turn. Hold back the darkness. Doubles. Okay, hopefully it's not terrible. Terrifying shriek. A shriek of pain and suffering echoes through the mind, chilling you to the bone. Each hero in the mines immediately takes D6 horror hits. Okay, but at least the darkness didn't move. So D6 horror hits. Alright, Bandito takes 4, Lawman takes 2. We will defend. Bandito defends 2, the Lawman defends 1. So 2 to the Bandito. So he's at 9. He only has 2 more, and then 1 for the Lawman, which takes him up to 4. Alright, now he heals 2 wounds because he's... Oh, nope, now we're past... Well, he hadn't passed it at the start of the turn. Oh, no, he had because... So he had 3. He heals 3 wounds. So he is back down to 21. And the werewolf can change... oh, and I forgot. He's part of the Henshaw gang. So I have to see 1 unsaved wounds. We have to see if the Bandito gets a bleeding marker. Oh, and he does. And so he takes a bleeding marker, which means he is -3 health for each bleeding marker it has. Remove all bleeding markers when KO'd or at the end of an adventure. Use 1 grit to remove it at any time. So he would have gotten that and he would have immediately used his grit, which takes him down to 1 grit left. So now we've healed him, we remembered the bleeding marker, we've done the hold back the darkness, and now it is the lawman. Oh no, now it is the werewolf's turn, and he changes every turn. So 1, 2, 3 it's the bandito, 4, 5, 6 it's the lawman. So now this time he's attacking the lawman. So 2 attacks, 1 hit. Lawman can defend, and he defends. Now it is the lawman's turn. He gets to reroll that one. So 2 hits. We are down to, yeah, I don't think I'm going to bother. I'm going to save that silver bullet for another adventure. I may regret it, and I absolutely do. I'm going to burn his 1 grit to reroll those. Alright, so 8, 9, 14. That is enough to kill him, to take away his last 7 wounds. Wow. So he is dead. That was pretty quick for him. That's all because of that gun. 7 wounds gives him 35 experience. Oh, but he should have taken, first move, nope, and he still should have taken 3 horror hits. Oh, and he only saved 1, that gives him 2 more sanity damage. Alright, now it is the bandito's turn. He is going to use a whiskey to heal 4 sanity. Doesn't have his spirit animal this time, so he actually loses this whiskey token. And now move. You know what? He's going to stay where he is because he doesn't want to get the extra attacks. Yeah. So he attacks the Darkstone Brute, and he gets 1 hit. He gets to reroll 1, so just 1 hit. Darkstone Brute is a defense of 4, and he does no damage. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. Now the Darkstone Brute gets to attack the law. Oh, you know, if I was the Darkstone Brute, I would move so I could attack them both. So 2 red is the bandito. Oh, and he misses them all. Oh, that is nice. All right. Time to hold back the darkness. 4, we do not. That takes them to another blood splatter. That gets a darkness card. All demon enemies are now +1 combat. We don't have a demon. Lawman rolls to move. No grit. He's going to attack. 2 crits, but they are immune to critical hits, so just 2 regular hits. Alright, so defense of 4, this one gives, and he's +1, so that will give him 2. And this one will give him, that's an 8, so a total of 6 damage. Six damage gives him 45 experience. Get back a 5. And he gets to roll to see if a Darkstone pops out. And it is on a roll of a 5 or 6, so nope. He does not get it. Now it is the bandito's turn. Roll to move. No grit. We don't have to do any terror or horrors. I wish I keep saying I need to get him a better gun, but 1 hit, he gets to reroll 1. So 1 hit. he's not doing very well anyway, so nope, and he's not going to waste his grit on that. So now it is the Darkstone Brute's turn. Reds are the Bandito. Let me get these out of the way. Oh, the Bandito's in trouble. Lawman gets to save against his 1. He does. Bandito gets to save against one of them. He does not. So that would be 8 damage then. He's just going to take the 8 damage, which takes him up to 14. He has a total of 21. So he can make it another turn. Alright. Hold back the darkness. A 10, they do. Lawman move. No grit. Lawman attacks. 2 hits. He gets +1, so really defense becomes 3. So this one is a wash. 7, that's an 8. So that gives him 5 more damage. So he kills him with those last 2. Giving him 10 more experience. The base experience, I'm going to have to reread the rules because in one place it sounded like you got that 5, the 15 base plus 5 every time. And then in some of the facts and stuff it sounded like you get the 15 once and then it's only 5 for each wound as you go along. So I've been playing it, you get 15 the first time you hit him and then you don't get any extra after that, you just get the additional hits. But we'll see. Now, see if he gets a Darkstone. Oh, he does. He gets a Darkstone. Pops out. Now that he's dead, it's probably okay. Yeah, we would actually pick it up. Alright. Next thing to do is catch our breath. Red is the Bandito, who gets D6. He gets 4. So he'll heal 4 wounds, though I don't know it matters because we just finished. And Lawman heals 2. So they have killed the Packmaster and his pet Darkstone Brute mutated crazy minion. So he may draw 2 extra loot cards found among the tattered rags and broken of the den. So they each get, wow, so we got the Packmaster, plus we got him, so that was 2, plus 2 extra. So they each get 4 loot cards. Wow. Though they didn't get a whole lot of experience. Alright, so the Lawman gets D6 times 25 gold. So he gets 75 gold and 20 experience. So he's at 40 experience, and what did we have him at? 75 plus his 50, so he's at 125 and 40. Ooh, he's at 60 experience, so let's go ahead and get his 60 experience before I forget it. And D3 Darkstone, so he gets 3 more Darkstone. Oh, he is going to take some corruption, isn't he? And then his last one, he gets a gear card. So gear. Hunting rifle. Range 12, 1 shot plus 2 damage. Oh, yeah, I think I like the hunter's rifle better. Alright, so that's him. So he got 125 gold. Now let's shuffle this up and we get 4 loot cards for the Bandito. I would have rather had like more, like getting more health and stuff, but D3 Darkstone, he gets 2 Darkstone and 20 experience. Then he gets a gear card and 20 experience. A pickaxe, plus 1 combat. Once per turn when collecting Darkstone, you may collect 1 extra. Okay, well, that'll be good. Maybe he'll start doing combat since it's not 5+, it'd be 4+. So he's up to 40 experience. And I forgot to give the 20 experience, that last 20 experience to the Lawman. So he's at 40 experience. D6 times 50. So he gets 100 gold and 20 more experience. So he's up to 60 experience. And then he's up to 80 experience. So, and he gets another 250 in gold. He seems to get a lot more gold than the lawman, but I guess that he's a bandit. And that is everything. Now, it has ended. This is the end of the mission. They actually survived. They killed the Packmaster. They killed his pet. They actually get two. I think a more interesting thing would be that surviving members of your party, you get something extra for them, but that's okay. And I did forget that he had the +2 move, so he could have actually gotten side by side, but that wouldn't have mattered. So we heal all our wounds and our sanity. We recover to 1 grit. Then we do what we just did, not corruption, grit. 1 grit. And then we actually have to roll for corruption. So the Bandito has 2 Darkstone. So he takes 1 corruption hit. Let's see if he saves it. He does not save it because of his weak willpower. So he takes another corruption. Now the Lawman, on the other hand, he has, golly, he took about a fistful of Darkstone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He has 8 Darkstone. He may be mutating here soon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Darkstone. Move these guys. Alright. Okay. So he takes 4 corruption hits. Let's see if he can save any of them. No, he's going to use that 1 grit. I'm pretty sure you can use grit for your corruption rolls. I'll look. Hold on. So you can save them as normal. So he's going to use that 1 grit and try and save it, because that is actually enough that would give, because he's got 1. That would take him over his max of 4. Oh, he saves 1. So he's at 4, which means next one he gets a mutation. That was a good use of a grit. Alright, so they and their posse leave the mines, and when I come back next episode, they will go to town and figure out what happens next.